Hey everyone, it's Pat Brown. Um, this is finally bringing you the Historic Riverton bike race here that happened in 2021. I've been sitting on this just for a few weeks here, finally been able to edit it. So a good number of teams here, a lot of teams, a lot of strong guys. Definitely, this was the P12 race of the day. Definitely a lot of sharp legs here. This was This was my second race back and a very technical course, which was definitely challenging with this amount of guys and a lot of surging, which you'll see throughout the video. So this I'll give you the first full lap here. Some things to note. The wind, there really wasn't too much wind. It was actually pretty quiet, and we were changing directions a lot, so it really that didn't really play in a lot, but definitely always a little bit of a factor. But I was actually able to hit 183 beats per minute average for this 112 or so minute race, which is definitely a deep effort for this year. Our average speed was 27.7 miles an hour, so even on these technical turns where a lot of the time we're not pedaling, we're still going plenty fast. And then so for the power, um, I had 358 watts for this race for the or excuse me, for the minute and or the hour and 12-minute race. So that was a kind of a preview of the course. Basically, the majority of the course, I was back here with Mike, and Mike from Skyline, and we were pretty much just tail gunning the majority of this race. Now this was, we're deep into the race at this point, and for the most part, it was pretty strung out. So what had happened is, eventually three guys got off the front, and all the teams were just chasing, and that basically on this type of course just strung everyone out pretty much the whole race. But that was one of the lulls in the race. There were probably two times where it bunched up. It was probably around 3/4 of the way through, and then it was around with 2 laps to go. And the bunch ups really on this course did not last very long at all. So we're going in here. Here's now into the final stretch here. Now there was there were a few pivotal moments for my race, and this is one of them. So Mike saw that there was a gap opening up in front of us, and so that's definitely something that's dangerous. I mean, obviously we don't want to, get taken off of the back. So he closed that up, and so that really saved my butt a little bit coming around to take care of that. And then these guys kind of stitched it up, but some of these guys in the blue, the Cadence guys, I believe they're from Conshohocken. They're kind of racing together here. There's some other teammates in the rest of the group from the Cadence team, but you'll definitely see them later once we kind of get down more towards the finish. So keep in mind that they're definitely a bit tired. I'm definitely tired myself as well, but I wasn't opening up any gaps that I wouldn't close right back down. So now we're basically at just after 2 to go. So we're probably about 1.5 to go at this point, and that's when it kind of bunches up for the first time. And I'm able to make up some positions without just sprinting on top of all the sprinting that I was already doing. So whole race the heart rate was pretty high, but we're now getting down to the finish, so the heart rate is definitely going to be bumped up. Definitely surging out of all these corners. So Bill Elliston, he was up near the front. He's a guy from who mentors some of the Doylestown teams, also as a coach. And I remember seeing him on the front here, keeping it nice and fast to, to avoid crashes, also to maintain good positioning, but that definitely made it a little bit harder to move up here. And so we see the cadence guys here moving up. I get a little bit close to the curve there. Not too bad now, but then now I know basically one to go. I'm way too far back. Way too far back. So I decide, now's my last ditch effort. It's tough because we're already going 31 miles an hour. But I put in, you won't see, I'm actually putting in a lot of power here, but my power meter is just not working as well as I'd hoped. I'm able to squeeze into that corner, and guys don't run me off the road. So basically one to go. So we have to just keep on moving up here. And, but even right now, I'm just way too far back. Ideally, I'd be sitting 6th, 7th wheel. I know that some guys are going to pull off before the finish. So there's still 3 guys up the road, so really we're racing for 4th at this point. Just trying to make up some smooth lines, but I'm not doing great at holding my position. And I get bumped. I have to squeeze the brake a little bit there, which is the opposite of what you want to do, and that forces me to pop off, a really big surge. My chart. So now we have 2 corners to go. So I know basically at this point, it just has to be start opening it up. And so then, right now I am constantly on the power. The power's just not reading. And so I know I want to stay on this so then I can just try to stay with the leaders. But a gap opened up with one of the cadence guys. And now basically we're just sprinting for 11th because there's 10 guys up the road. So a little bit unfortunate how I just didn't really put in the effort needed to get my good positioning a little bit earlier. So something in the future here, definitely need to make sure positioning earlier, and so I'm able to use the power I have to good use. Alrighty, well thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.